y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Fantasia and this is Sewing with Tay from the Aya Emporium. Currently, I am working on a Learn How to Sew in 2 Weeks series. Today would officially be class number 6. If you're new here, I'm doing a Learn How to Sew in 2 Weeks series. I've done previously 5 videos on learning how to sew. Am I posting these videos every day? No, I'm not. But if you come in later in the process and all of the videos are completed, there should be 14 videos teaching you the basics of getting ready to sew, making your own clothes or accessories, or making clothes for other people. So today's video is going to be about, sorry, I'm a boy mom, and if you can hear my children downstairs, they're making a lot of boy noise, like rah rah screaming, so disregard. But today we are going to be measuring our body. I'm going to show you how to measure your body, and I'm going to show you what you should look for in store-bought patterns if that's what you choose to do to make your own clothes. So first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to start measuring our bust, waist, and our hips. We're going to start with measuring our bust. I like to use this tape here. This is a double-sided tape, but not that it really matters for this process, just my preference. We're going to start with measuring our bust. The most important thing is we want to make sure we're getting the fullest part of our bust, and we want to make sure that our tape is level. So the easiest way to do this is to use a mirror, but I'm going to use a camera because I can see myself. So this is what we're going to do. So measuring your bust is a little bit difficult because you should be measuring it with your arms down. So if you're measuring someone else, you want to make sure to have them put their arms down after you measure them, and make sure they're not wearing like a super padded bra or a super compressed bra, all of those things. So I'm going to start by measuring the fullest part of my bust, like so. I'm going to make sure my thumb isn't under my tape. I'm going to put this here, and then I'm relax. And the easiest way to do this is to kind of keep your hand here. Check the mirror to make sure your bust, your tape is level. You don't want this to happen. Like, you don't want that. You don't want your tape all the way down there. You want to make sure it's kind of level, straight, like at the top of where your bra would be, or across the fullest part of your bust. And then you can kind of pinch it at the end and then mark where this is, or if you have a mirror close enough to you, you can look at the mirror and see what the measurement says. Same thing for the waist. We're going to stand up straight, feet together. We're going to measure our waist like so, and we want to make sure that our finger or our thumb or anything isn't underneath there, giving you extra space. Just slightly overlap them, just like that, making sure that it's level. You want to make sure you don't have any bulky clothes on, or the person you're measuring doesn't have on bulky clothes. You don't want to like measure over a sweatshirt. You want to make sure that it's level and it's straight. Looks a little dippy right here, but otherwise I think it's okay. And then for our low hip. So for our low hip, it's a little harder to see because I have on black pants. You want to make sure you get the widest part of your hip. You don't necessarily need to go over the belly, anything like that. We're going to go here. Make sure your tape isn't twisted like mine. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, there we go. So you want to kind of overlap your tape there. Make sure you're standing up straight. Make sure your tape is level and it's not like super dippy like that, or like super high up like that. You want to make sure your tape stays level and it's a little taut, a little tight on the body. Like that. Oh, it's a little dippy on this side. You want to make sure that it's level on both sides. Don't want any extra slack in there. Like that. And if you're making pants for some reason, you want to measure your thigh. You want to pull it all the way up to your crotch point, like so. And it goes straight across. You don't want it to come all the way up here like this. And it goes straight across the fullest part of your thigh. And then you're going to make sure you're standing straight up. And then that's how you measure your thigh. Okay, try this again. So we're going to do our crotch. This is the top of our tape. We're going to put it right here at the top. Kind of hold that there with our thighs. And then you're going to pull straight down to the floor. Like this. This is not the most exact way to do it because it's hard to do this standing up. So you can stand up kind of like this. And it's easier if you have someone to help you to hold this down on the floor so you can get the most exact measurement. And the last one that I would do, like as a beginner, just making like basic clothes and things, is your muscle. So give it a little wrap here. Try to get it to the fullest part of your muscle. For me, the muscle is the hardest thing to measure by yourself. But if you have a friend, it's helpful. So you want to kind of pull this around. You don't want it to be too far, too long, because it makes it hard to see. So put your arm down. Make sure that's level, straight. Make sure it's at the fullest part of your arm. And then you're going to overlap just like that so that you can see where your muscle is. So that's pretty much how you measure your body. And now I'm going to show you what you should look for on a store-bought pattern if you're trying to figure out what size to make. I do enjoy a store-bought pattern, and Joann's is going out of sale and going out of sale. Joann's is going out of business, and all the Joann's in the Columbus area are closing, at least at the moment. So I took some time to buy some patterns because they were all $1.99 before the liquidation sale started, and now they're 30% off, which is way too expensive for a pattern. So let's find something here. I really like this no-me pattern. It's like a jumpsuit with a collar. Let's see if it's on here. On this pattern, you will see on the back envelope or on the inside paper, finish garment measurements. There is also these body measurements up here, and you will see bust, waist, and hip. And this is your waist placement from your back neck to your waist, and that's where your pants will sit technically. I think these are cool, but these ones down here, finished garment measurements, make more sense to me. So here, I would normally, depending on what store you work at, because you know, all businesses are different, I'm somewhere between an 18 and a 20. But my waist is not 32. Not even close. My waist is like 41 and a half. But if you go down here to your finished garment measurements, the waist on the 18 with some ease is 47 and a half. So this tells me that I could wear this 18. This bust is a 46. My bust is about a 45. So this tells me here. But my hip is a 50, which this technically uses chambray, cotton blends, linen blends. Mind you, you can use whatever fabric you want to. That's your business. But a 50 garment measurement for a low hip with a fabric that tends to not traditionally have any stretch might not work for me. So I either have to adjust my pattern or be comfortable sizing up and knowing that I'm going to have more room in my waist. I'm going to have a little bit more room in my bust, which I'm also tend to be okay with, or fit my hip, alter my waist to be a little bit smaller, alter my bust to be a little bit smaller. So those are things that we can do when using store-bought patterns. Using the finished garment measurements is a great way to decide what size you should buy. Also in here, which we will go through in a different video, it tells you up here your suggested fabrics, your suggested notions, your zipper, your buttons, your elastic, and then down here it will tell you for romper A or jumpsuit B how much fabric you would need based on the yardage, the width of your fabric. So you can have 45 or a 60 width fabric. It will tell you how much fabric you would need from 3 1/8 yards all the way to 4 1/8 yards. And that's for romper A, and then there's romper B. It tells you how much fabric you will need depending on the width of your fabric. Alright y'all, thanks so much for watching my video today. Hopefully this was a quicker one because I feel like all my videos end up being 30 minutes. But today we just went over measuring your body and knowing and where to find on store-bought patterns how much fabric to buy and what size pattern you should cut out for your body size or for the size that you are making. So hopefully that was clear. If not, please leave me questions and comments in the comment section. I will respond to them as quickly as I can. But until next time, our next class, we're actually going to go a little bit more in depth in a pattern, and what size you should cut, what that kind of looks like, where some details and things are on patterns. And then we'll move into cutting your fabric, pinning your fabric, what that looks like, and then we'll get into some projects. But until next time, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.